No Nedbank Cup, no league, no CAF Confederations, no MTN 8, no Cullen knockout, nothing. Well, I don't know, guys, but it's something that we've always talked about, especially in yesterday's game. I'm sorry, guys, I'm talking about this today, but I feel like it's high time we question the coaches in terms of what is it they're trying to do, because I feel like with I know some of you might be fighting with me more comments and say keep being fair to Coach Nabi. But let's be honest, Nabi had a system. Had a system. You could see definitely what he was trying to do. So unfortunately, I'm still gonna say this, guys. I'm still gonna say this. I feel like because he wanted certain things, that Kaizer just felt like, you know what, this is above and beyond what we can be able to accomplish. So let's just get rid of him. And they did exactly that. So for me, I feel like even if we can sign another coach, high profile coach, nothing is going to change at Nashorena, because one, obviously they want something that they can control. I remember when I was speaking with a friend of mine at TMA, the coaches are doing much better than Coach Nazrin Nabi. But then I sat down and I looked at everything. I was like, okay, he might be saying this, but going back, I remember when I played last season. Second half, because first half of the season things were okay. You just pick up like here and there, you know, winning games. Corner Labislala corner scored about 3 goals. You know, you would be like, okay, definitely this is prop. Then the second half of the season, Abachitabetu, they were nowhere to be seen. I don't know what happened there, but they were nowhere to be seen. So this time, you know, before actually we even get there, and then we went to Netherlands for preseason, and then, you know, the coach said, no, I want this guy and that guy and that guy and that guy and that guy. And then Kaizer just was like, okay, we will give you players that are going to do exactly what you want, but not the ones that you want. You understand? And then, obviously, as someone who's trying to protect his job, he thought, okay, let me just compromise and do what you guys want. Did just that, and then we fixed a lot of problems, especially the Netherlands. We did not win a lot of games there. I think maybe we actually did not even win a single game. I'm not too sure. But then there was a lot of positives coming from the team. You know, there was a lot of things that you could see, which, okay, this is working out for us. And it was not the co-coaches that were in charge. It was Coach Nazrin Nabi. And then when he got back, there was a problem. He had to go back home. But with the system that was installed, because now people think, okay, because of Achita, you know, they've taken over from that and then they are playing. For me, I will tell you one thing, guys. So far, what I've noticed with the co-coaches is the fact that there are certain things that Nabo, they do not have any idea on how to deal with them. One thing I liked about Coach Nabi is the fact that he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants. He knows exactly what he needs to do. So yes, we can blame him, because you know, with us playing with Nabi, there was a game where we played and we created about 40 chances. Obviously, 40 shots, but only I think around 20 something were on target. I don't know if we scored any goals. I don't remember. But then it was a system. It was working. Yes, it was not perfect, but it was working. It was getting us towards where we need to be. A lot of us as Zama fans were not, you know, doubting Coach Nabi, because one thing we have to say, he was, you know, giving us a good system. He was playing beautiful football, you know, something that we could say, perfect, we've lost, but we can see what we need to do. We understand. So there was not a lot of experimenting with Coach Nazrin Nabi. Sometimes we even felt like, Mara, why am I changing Monty? Because at the end of the day, he's not doing what we need him to do. And then here comes the co-coaches. We always changing, we experimenting, especially in dangerous games. As I've said, Nganami, he said any coach can win a trophy. any coach can win a trophy, and I still say that is not true. If that was the case, I think a lot of coaches would have won the trophies, but that is not true. It takes a special kind of a coach to make sure he wins a trophy. So okay, fine. Now, with the current coaches, what do we have? Which trophy do we have? Have we lifted anything? No, nothing. Because why? We are looking at the Betway Premiership. Well, it would have been nice to win at least another trophy. And with no doubt, guys, with the squad that we currently have, I believe we could have won something with Coach Nabi, especially when it comes to Ama Cup competitions. He is a cup competition specialist. I don't care what people say. His resume talks for himself. It speaks for him. It speaks for him. You can see, when you look at his CV, it's very impressive. The national team doesn't just go for you if you are not a good coach. They go for you because they know you are the best coach that can, come up and do certain things. So for me, I don't know, guys, but yesterday's game, we lost because obviously we went to the game with the mentality of, okay, we just need to draw. Looking at the squad, guys, we brought a squad that was needed to fight, but then must figure we were not fighting. We were like, okay, let's chill back and wait for them to make a mistake so that we can be able to capitalize on that, which was a problem already. That is a losing mentality. So I don't even have anything. I'm not even disappointed because I feel like I knew. Remember when I started the live and I said, guys, I just saw the lineup, Ipumile, and I'm not too confident with what is happening. Let's be honest, guys. Kanye Soshinga is a great player. He is proved to be a valuable asset, not just in Netherlands, but even when he got here, Limzante, when we played the Toyota Cup, where I feel like we lost, but also we played very well. Let's be honest. We saw a lot of quality things from Kaizer Chiefs. I think the only thing that we needed was time for us to be able to say, okay, now we have this thing. We are solid. This is Joylene. Because remember, there was a new centre back pairing that was introduced in Aso Mikel Nkunika and then Aiden McCarthy and all those players. They were like a new system for us to be able to use. It was not something that was already there. So we made a quick judge and say, no, come on, this guy doesn't know what he's doing, which is not true. Guys. I still say, and I still maintain Coach Nabi will forever remain the best coaches for Kaizer Chiefs, despite everything that has happened. We wanted something that will work for years, but we wanted it in a short period or short space of time, which obviously was not going to be there. Now you look at everything that's happening, the confidence is way too down, and I don't know if we're going to be able to continue on the Betway Premiership with the same mentality that we had when we were playing, at least maintaining the solidarity at the back. The scoring problem, something that has been always there. Ngakhuluma ngayo. I don't know what happened, but I did hear people saying, but QP to this and this and that. But here we are today. We lost yesterday because of this thing to score our goals. And whenever we score one goal, we think it's done and then we relax. Number two, as I've said, the coaches made a crucial mistake experimenting on a high-profile game like this one. We brought in a player like Upasaka Mako. We brought in Umjitarapana Umunyane. Let's be honest, between Umunyane and Solomons, as I've said, I would have preferred for Solomons to start. But, the coaches decided, no, let's bring in Umunyane. He will play. Umunyane, one thing I've noticed about him, because obviously, man got to figure he was doing exceptionally well. I was like, okay, this is the best player. But one thing I've noticed about him, he's not defensive. To be honest with you guys, he's not that defensive. With Solomons is something that I know, but also I do know despite him not being defensive, it does tend to give us something when we're going forward. He's been the best player for us when it comes to the CAF Confederation, but he was nowhere to be seen until later on. Basaka Marco, very short. I've said it before. I know guys, but I've said it before. With Marco, I would love at least to have a player like Abushinga, play this game, because at the end of the day, this is a crucial game. We need to make sure we win. It was a simple thing that we just needed to do. It's either we play a draw or we make sure that we win. But then, unfortunately, things did not go our way because I feel like we were arrogant. Why am I saying this? The coaches introduced the player like George Matlow on a very crucial game. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And on top of that, we do know that currently Kaizer is playing without a proper system. So it's all about luck, making sure it's okay. As long as it's winning it. Because remember, guys, we as fans are simple creatures. We just care about results. And this is something that we've spoken about, to or no, I'm a result. I even said to you guys, what happens when we play like this and then we don't even get the results? I don't know how you guys answered me, but then the question remains. What happens when you play like this and then you don't get my results? Because yes, as much as we say the results are the ones that are important, also having good football is very important. And I've said to you guys, at least for me as in Lami, at least if we can find a good balance. So it's not about this and this and that. This is about this. It's kind of balance. So okay, this game we're playing for this game we're playing for this. But I feel like maybe I was just speaking with myself. So yeah, guys, it is bad. We lacked creativity. We introduced the creative players later on, so that's why it felt like there was something wrong with the game. People will say, but QBMV2, we had the ball most of the time, majority of the time. But let's be honest, guys, we were not as much creative as we were with the other games that we were playing, So I don't know. But yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions in terms of yesterday's game. So my question to you is, do you think we still stand a chance to make sure that we finish in the top 5? For me, let me be honest with you guys. The ambitions of us winning the league, come on, guys, let's be honest, let's be real with each other. But finishing at least in the top 5, that's what I'm saying. At least let's finish in the top 5. But now, with everything that has is gone, I think Kaizer just should start right now as I'm speaking with you, looking for a different coach. They should start looking for a coach, a proper coach. And also, they should know they should not repeat what they did back then.